Breaking news. With his own cronies plotting his downfall and his army allegedly no longer loyal, Putin is on the verge of collapse. Sergei Kiriyenko, the Russian president's own chief of staff, has been mentioned as a possible replacement for Igor Girkin by Putin's minions. According to a former Russian military officer, Putin is now incapable of making decisions, and has lost the support of the vast majority of his troops. Igor Girkin, also known as Igor Strelkov, claimed that the Russian president's inner circle was plotting his overthrow 18 months after the February 24, 2022, invasion of Ukraine. Girkin, an ultranationalist in his own right, advocates for the unification of the Russian Federation, Ukraine, Belarus, and other Russian-speaking areas into a single state under the direct rule of the Kremlin. In 2020, he was a well-known blogger, but in 2020, he was charged with ordering the torture and murder of at least 3 people in April 2014 by the Prosecutor General's Office of Ukraine. Girkin, like Wagner Group founder Yevgeny Prigozhin, has been critical of the Kremlin for reasons unrelated to the invasion itself, such as the incompetence with which the war has been conducted. In a video he posted to Twitter yesterday, he expressed concern that the enemy might be able to break through our front by late August without depleting his forces if we have a president who is either not informed or unable to make decisions. To paraphrase Winston Churchill, then we will get a disaster on a national scale, much greater than the immediate consequences of some military defeat, even a serious one. Girkin continued, Prigozhin's coup obviously achieved at least part of its goals, referring to the failed rebellion of Prigozhin and the angry remarks by Major General Ivan Popov about his recent dismissal as commander of the 58th Army. Popov's speech demonstrates that soldiers are not loyal to their superiors from within the military. The Defense Ministry's leadership and the Army's rank and file are worlds apart. Our very independence is at stake if we suffer a military defeat. He also claimed that influential Russian billionaires would play a key role in turning over those responsible for the war to an international tribunal. He elaborated, if someone in the top security forces thought that he would be personally forgiven and not sent to The Hague, you are mistaken. Everyone will be sent to The Hague by the Rotenbergs, Kovalchuks, Timchenkos, and Abramovics, Russian oligarchs, everyone who stands in the way of them establishing an occupation regime here and continuing to drain resources from the area. Girkin also suggested in a separate Telegram post last week that a group of Putin's allies based in the Leningrad Oblast known as the Ozeros were plotting to oust him and replace him with Sergei Kiriyenko, his own chief of staff, or perhaps even Prigozhin. He elaborated, saying, power is currently being redistributed within the ruling mafia as planned, or close to planned, by the conspirators behind the coup. The Shoigu Vorobyov-Sobyanin Tower has lost some positions but not been completely demolished, and some of its power and wealth now flows into a collection of oligarchs.